In this video, we're going to focus on the direct method of preparing the statement of cash flows. Let's look at how the statement of cash flows is structured. First, we have operating activities. This section shows the cash generated from the company's core business operations. It includes cash received from customers, cash paid to suppliers, cash paid for wages, cash paid for operating expenses, cash paid for taxes and interest. A healthy company must generate positive operating cash flow consistently because operations are what keep the business alive. Second, we have investing activities. This section shows how the company invests in its future. Examples are purchase of equipment or machinery, purchase of buildings, purchase of intangible assets, buying or selling investments, selling fixed assets. If this section is negative, that is not necessarily bad. It often means the company is investing in growth. But if a company keeps selling assets just to survive, that could be a warning sign. Finally, we have financing activities. This shows how the company raises capital and how it repays capital. Examples are issuing shares, borrowing money, repaying loans, paying dividends. Now we are preparing the statement of cash flows using the direct method. Under the direct method, we calculate the actual cash received and the actual cash paid during the year. We begin with cash flows from operating activities, which relate to the day-to-day business operations. Revenue in the income statement is 1,000. However, accounts receivable increased by 100. This means we did not collect all of our sales in cash. So, 1,000 minus 100 equals 900. Therefore, the company actually received 900 in cash from customers. Cost of sales is 600. Accounts payable increased by 50. An increase in payables means we have not yet paid some suppliers. So, 600 minus 50 equals 550. Therefore, cash paid to suppliers is 550. Operating expenses are 200, and we are not told about any accrual changes. So we assume they were fully paid in cash. Cash outflow is 200. Interest paid is 50. Interest paid is usually classified as an operating activity. Tax expense in the income statement is 30, but tax paid is only 20. So we deduct the actual cash paid. So although profit was 120, the company generated only 80 in operating cash. The difference is mainly due to the increase in receivables. Investing activities relate to long-term assets. Plant, property and equipment purchase is 300. The company purchased equipment costing 300. This is a cash outflow. Net cash used in investing activities is 300. Financing activities relate to how the company is funded. The company borrowed 200 but paid 40 in dividends, so net financing inflow is 160. Final reconciliation. Cash flows from operating activities is 80, from investing activities is minus 300, financing activities is 160, net decrease is 60. It means cash decreased by 60 during the year. Opening cash is 100 and closing cash is 40. The direct method clearly shows where cash came from and where it went. The company generated 80 from operations, invested heavily in equipment, and financed part of that investment through borrowing. Remember, the direct and indirect methods will always produce the same final cash balance. They only differ in how operating cash flow is presented.